DreAllDay.com.
What up, everybody? Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. This week's motivation is about values, about giving value to receive value. And I'll use a simple analogy to explain to all you what that means. How many of you, when you're in your car or you walking down the street, or maybe you're at a restaurant or you walking around a corner, you see a beggar, somebody who might be homeless or they don't have much, asking for money? They got a cup out for change, or they ask you for $1, or they ask you for a quarter or some spare change or something like that. And most of the time, I know there are some exceptions, but most of the time, most of us don't give them nothing. Most of the time, we just ignore them, right? Now, even if you might give $1 every once in a while, the majority of the time a beggar approaches you, the majority of you, I'm gonna guess that you ignore that person, or you just say no and you don't give them nothing. Now, you might take that exact same $1 that you didn't give to that person, and you might go blow it on some chips, a bag of chips out the vending machine, or a Snickers bar, which is not really going to help you much either at the same time. But what's the difference between giving $1 to the beggar and giving $1 to the Snickers bar? The reason that you give up the $1 for the candy bar or the bag of chips or the bottled water or something else that's not really going to help you is really breaking down your body. Ostensibly it is. The reason you give up the $1 for that but you won't give it to the beggar is because you see some value in that Snickers bar, at least in the moment. And I'm not preaching to y'all like it's something wrong with that, because I eat Snickers bars too. So I'm saying, if I give $1 to get my Snickers bars, because for that 2 minutes that it takes me to eat that Snickers, there's some value in that. I see it as this is satisfying my hunger, right? I'm not going anywhere for a while, like the commercial says. So the Snickers is satisfying something in me when I'm using that $1 for that. As far as the beggar goes, maybe it might satisfy your need to feel like you're helping society. You feel like you're helping that beggar by giving them $1, even though we know $1 is not going to take a person from homeless to adequately living, right? It might make you feel good about yourself for that moment, like, hey, I did my good deed for the day giving that $1. But the reason the majority of the time a beggar gets ignored, if they ask 1,000 people go by them in a day, they ask each one of them for $1, maybe they get $1 from 50 people, 100 people, I don't know what the statistics are. The reason they don't get the $1 every time is because they're not providing any value. They're asking for something for nothing. And this is the point that you need to take from this week's motivation. If you want somebody to do something for you, if you know somebody who has more power than you, more resources than you, more pull than you, like I talked about in the previous motivation, if you want one of those people to do something for you, where maybe provide a resource, make a phone call, give you something that they have, provide some knowledge, maybe give you some of their time, which might be more valuable than your time, you have to find a way, somehow, to provide that person with value to make it an equitable transaction for both of you. Maybe sometimes, just like when the beggar asks you for $1, you'll be able to get somebody whom you're not giving anything to them in return to give you something. So basically it's not a barter. They're basically giving you charity. There's only so much charity that human beings have in them. And all of you, and I'm not talking about a third person, I'm talking about you yourself. If you walk down the street and you walk 10 blocks and each corner there's a beggar, you're not going to give $1 to all 10 of them, are you? You might give $1 to one, and then the next one approaches you like, yo, I just gave $1 to the last one. Like, I'm good. I'm not giving up another $1 to every single one of y'all. Because there's only so much charity we have in us as humans. There's only so many times we're going to give something without getting something in return. And this doesn't make you a bad person. This is just the balance of the universe. The universe does not like imbalance, which means everything that is given, there has to be a give back on the other side. Every give has a take, every take has a give. Everything balances out. So when you want something from somebody, or you want something from some entity, you want something from some event, some activity you're involved in, you got to give to it. If you want basketball to produce something for you, where some of you want a scholarship, you want exposure, you want to get recognition from basketball, you want to get some satisfaction from it, which means you want to have a lot of skills, you got to give something to it. You got to put the work in. You got to put in more work than most people so you can get more rewards than most people will get. Anything you want to receive in return, you got to put in an equal, maybe even more of it up front, and you'll get paid for it on the back end. But if you're the beggar asking for something for nothing, is only so much that you're going to get from somebody before they're like, all right, I'm not giving you any more until you put something in. So hopefully all y'all really understand that. Work on your game. DreAllDay.com. Checking out this video. Make sure you follow all my top content up here. Follow me on all your favorite social networks right over here, and make sure you are subscribed to catch all the new content I put on this channel every single day. Work on your game.